Alright, you don't see me for a long time and then twice in 2 days. Lucky you. I've been holding out for this JellyBean update for the Galaxy S3 and it's finally landed. Well, it hasn't landed properly, in fairness. I cheated. I followed a guide from one of a YouTuber, I can't remember his channel I'm afraid. I'll put a link to the video down below, but basically it's the end product, the JellyBean update that was released to Poland, etc. And with a couple of tweaks, well, a way of downloading the actual package itself and a little bit of software, you can just force it onto your phone. I'm not going to go into detail with that because he's done a perfectly good video of it. I followed it, and if I can follow it, you can follow it. Very, very easy to get to the bottom of it. But I've been dying for this update, and I think I've overhyped it myself. So what I'm going to do, I've not really looked at it properly, but I'm going to have a go over it now. You won't be seeing me, you'll be seeing the update. Lucky you. And I'm just going to try and find things that are new with it. I haven't deliberately looked to see what new things are specific. I mean, I know because obviously I've got the Nexus 7 and that runs JellyBean. So I mean, I'm kind of used to using it, and it doesn't seem that different to TouchWiz really, although it is because there's various shortcuts and things that you don't get on the vanilla Android. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to film it now. I'm going to go over it. I'm also going to do a mini review on this little dock here. It's from a company called Mugen. Sorry if I haven't pronounced it right. They sent me this little Galaxy S3 dock, and I've been meaning to review it for a while. It's a solid little thing. It's got a little slot for a spare battery on the bottom, little rubber feet. It comes with a micro USB cable and plug. Now I got like a Hong Kong or American plug. This is the Nexus 7 charger, but just so that you know, forget that, but any sort of micro USB, typical Android socket will go in the back, and you can plonk it inside your bed, stick it on charge. Now, although I said I've not looked into anything for the update, I do know, or I've heard, although I've tried to avoid it, there is a little mode that allows you to not be disturbed through the night, or whatever you want. You can sort of blank out contacts. I've noticed in general that the menus are a lot slicker and there's a few more options, but we'll go through that now, and if you've not got the update, compare it. If you have got the update, let me know what you think. But I'll just cut straight to a little bit of a review on the dock itself, and then get into the JellyBean action. So yeah, not much more you can say about it really. It's a dock, but I forgot how nice it is to actually have your phone on your desk in a dock in front of you. It's just convenient. And like I keep saying, I've probably repeated myself a million times, but it has got a bit better build quality, a lot better build quality, the ones you get for a £5. So 15 quid, it's not a bad price really. Like I say, it'll charge you your spare battery. I don't want to go in too close because I'll go out of focus, but there's your slot, there's your mini USB, rubber feet. Like I say, it comes with a mini USB lead and a power adapter. There is a tiny little green light on it that comes on when it's got power going to it. If you're me, which you're not, luckily, because that'd be really weird. I don't like lights on at night, so at the side of the bed, pump it in there. That little light would bug me. I would probably tape over it. But as from a negative point of view, you're only going to get a dock if you want one. As far as docks go, it's not a bad one. Give it a whirl. I'll put a link to Mugen Power below, so you can have a look at their stuff. And they also do a dock with HDMI out, which means you can dock your Galaxy and watch stuff on your TV. Now that'd be pretty cool and interesting. And they also do, well, what they're famous for, what they're known for is extended batteries. Very freshly made sort of extra life batteries that won't make your phone explode in your pocket. Some of them add a bit of depth to your phone, but they give you like over 2.5 times the power you would normally get. So that's the kind of thing that they do, so well worth having a look at. They've got all kinds of batteries and accessories for quite a lot of Android phones. Stuff for the HTC One X, there's a lot of stuff for the Galaxy S3, and again they do docks and other things for most Android smartphones, and I think they might do stuff for iOS as well. I'm not 100% sure, but they definitely do a lot of Android batteries and cradles, etc. The dock's sturdy enough for you to just throw your phone in and it starts charging, obviously if it's plugged in straight away, and it will stay stood up no matter how brutal you are with it, because everyone is, aren't they, really brutal with it. But yeah, it's a lovely, it's a well made, well put together, pretty solid dock. The docks on their on Mugen Power site are £15, just over £15, so whatever that translates to. and at the moment they've got a message on there saying that they're doing free delivery for today. Now I don't know how long that's been on for, so it's worth checking out the site. But yeah, that's it in sort of a practical application. So here we are anyway, on with the main event. I've been dabbling with the phone on and off through the day, so the battery's had a bit of a kick in, but without knowing too much about it, well, I know from the Nexus 7 the tweaks that JellyBean brings, but I'm not really too sure what they are on this phone, other than the bits I've seen. So here we go. So I've turned the ripply thing off. That's normal ice cream sandwich, I guess. This is the swipe to unlock. So the first thing that I noticed really is it is quicker, but because you've got this 3D transition on TouchWiz, you don't really feel it so much there. Where you do feel it is in the scrolling up and down menus and in the app drawer. But if you just touch the top bar now, anywhere, you can see that from my finger. Let me try and do it better than that. It drops down a large date. It'd be good if you could see it. A large time and date. Okay. So that's slightly different, and when you pull that bar down, it fades the image behind out, which is the same as the Nexus 7. You've got your carrier, in my case Vodafone UK there, on the bottom of the bar. And this top TouchWiz bar jumps to the left very quickly. It used to sort of cruise along and annoy me, because I always want to get to the Wi-Fi. I want to turn it off because I've jumped on a BT hotspot, or I want to turn it on and stop using mobile data. So, and again, these transitions here aren't amazing, but there's a lot of 3D going on. You can speed these menus up in the developer section, but when we get into the up and down menus, you'll see the difference now. Another thing I had noticed today as well, actually, I don't know if it did this previously, but if you hold down your finger on any of these these shortcuts, like mobile data for example, it jumps you into the mobile data menu. What else? So if we go to Wi-Fi, hold finger on Wi-Fi, jumps you into the Wi-Fi menu as well. So again, I don't know if it did that before. I don't think it did. And those eagle-eyed amongst you will notice that the notifications shortcut has gone. It's been replaced with the blocking mode, which is something that you can enable in the settings menu. But the real slickness starts to come into effect when you're in a vertical menu. It feels nice. I mean, I know people don't tend to spend their time doing this unless they're reviewing phones. That seems to be the way the world these days. But you do notice it's a lot nippier, in my opinion. And as far as menus go, we've still got Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, data usage, which used to be under more settings. It's got its own option now. More settings. There's not really anything day-to-day extra in there. I don't think. Like I say, I've not been over every menu option. Under this home screen mode, you got the option of a basic mode, which is normal, and easy mode, which is good for someone who's not tech savvy or not into the smartphones and they're just starting out. I always recommend people get an iPhone if that's the case, but this is an attempt to try and make the phone easier for the first time Android user. I'm not going to apply it because I don't want it to mess up all my menus, but here, this blocking mode is the thing that I was quite interested in, because if you have got the phone in a dock, like the dock I showed before, or even just at the side of your bed, you might not necessarily turn it off every night. I don't personally, but when you enable blocking mode, which you can do from this shortcut at the top here, obviously, battery low, you can disable incoming calls, disable notifications, disable alarm and timer, disable LED indicator, which is the biggie for me. You can have it so that it always does this, or you can do what I do, you can set it from 10 PM till 8 AM. So that if you switch on blocking mode, you're not going to get any calls or distractions or flashing, blinking lights. You've got an allow contacts. You can allow all your contacts, which is a bit pointless, your favourites or custom. Now I went for custom, so we may allow a contact list. Currently my girlfriend's name's in there, so if she rings me or texts me or anything when I've got blocking mode on, I'm still going to get messages from her. So again, this isn't a new thing in the mobile world. This is, I think Nokia's did this years ago. It's profiles. That's fine, but it's a nice little addition to JellyBean. Other things that I've noticed whilst I've been sort of looking and tinkering. The font style, there looks to be an extra font, Rosemary, unless that was with the last update. And there seems to be a lot more, well, there seems to be more accounts. There's definitely Windows Live, I don't think that was there last time, unless I'm going mad. What else have I noticed on this menu? I've also noticed on the battery, I know I made a video saying I was complaining about my cell standby. That's dropped right back down again. It's at 3%, so they've obviously fixed that. Screen so far today has been on 2 hours 22 minutes, and that's including flashing the ROM to get the new version on as well. So that obviously gave the battery a bit of a kick in. We're now being prompted to plug it in. It's been alive for 11 hours 8 minutes, but generally through the day I've noticed the battery has been alive longer, especially considering how much I've been poking the screen and trying to find bits and bats here and there. But yeah, there's nothing that really jumps out and says, wow, this is radically different, other than the speed that travels across, the date, the time and date, this blocking mode option that's on the top, the fact that you can quickly hold down a menu, a TouchWiz shortcut to jump straight into that section. The menus are slicker, you'll notice it more in your app drawer, because again this is something that everybody does all the time, isn't it? Although the first time it runs the menus it does stutter a little bit. Like the first time I went into widgets, see sort of stuttering there. It takes a while for it to sort of get slick again, but once it has, it's not too bad. Difference with this and the Nexus, one of the differences, you just keep flicking along and you stay in apps until you physically select widgets, whereas with the Nexus, as you pull it along, you get a nice draw where you get one page goes and the next one sinks in. You don't get that on this. But yeah, the menus are faster, but definitely notice it more so on the up and down menus. And if we go down to the about device, Android 4.1, the good old JellyBean that we hold our finger down on and it pops, and then you can whiz jelly beans around to your heart's content, really. That's a content heart of mine. One of the other things is this that I've just remembered. If you hold down the home button, you get Google Now, which you also get on the Nexus. So it gives you little tiles to sort of help you with day-to-day stuff. And you've got this voice thing here. How tall is the Eiffel Tower?
Eiffel Tower is 324.00 meters tall.
What's 1 plus 1?
1-to-1 refer to asterisk conjective function asterisk h-pfizer SGP 1-to-1 glider.
I've no idea what that means, but I'm sure it's something that's going to solve all my problems. But not a big fan of voice stuff, as you can tell from my S-Voice video, but this one seems to be quite good, although the commands aren't as embedded like they are with S-Voice. But I genuinely wouldn't use or waste my time using S-Voice, where I would actually use this one. Show me pictures of cheese. Yeah, because that's what I do. I look at pictures of cheese. So yeah, you've got your Google Now on there, and I think in the app drawer as well, you just have the voice search. If I can find it. Oh, there you go, voice search. And I don't know what happened then. I think it just quit on me. Hello. It's quite amazing. But yeah, there you go. So there we have it. When you hold down the power button on the side, don't think there's anything different there. You've got these shortcuts to mute, vibrate sound. I think that's all the same, to be honest. So generally, in a nutshell, slicker menus that operate faster, slightly more features, blocking mode, etc. Name of the carrier on the drop down bar that sort of fades the background out. Very subtle tweaks. Under the bonnet speed, better battery life, and again, I've only just got it today, so I can't really say, oh, it's this, it's that, it's the other. I'm going to have to live with it for a little while and let you know how we get on with it. Well, I've got high hopes for the battery tomorrow. I'm going to charge it up overnight, obviously, and see what sort of battery life I get tomorrow. Oh, there's another thing, actually. One more thing now. When you go into the camera and you do video, and I've got the front-facing camera on at the minute, when you record a video, you now have the option to pause the video and then carry on the video, and then you've got a separate stop button. So I've noticed differences in menus, the camera, the Google Now when you hold the home button down, and that's about it. And if you're anything like me, you'll be checking for that update all the time, and it's not in the UK yet, but this is the genuine article, the Polish update I think it was, and I followed this link to this video. Like I say, I'll put the link below, and this guy talks you through it. It's very, very easy to do, and you can be up and running with this. It literally, from start to finish, took me about 10 minutes. You've got to have keys installed, but you don't need to use it. You have to have it installed, and you need another program and the actual the software, the JellyBean file, which is on XDA Developers. It's also linked in the video. Everything on the video is explained, and the links are there. So look down below for that, and you can be up and running in no time. But yeah, it's just a very, very sort of quick initial reaction to it. If it starts to annoy me, or if I find something new, or if you find something new, let me know in the comments below. Post your questions. You can go to the opinionated review on Facebook as well, and there's a bit of discussion on there. Post screenshots on there, or anything that I find out. But yeah, that's it for now. I think I've talked for long enough. So thanks for watching, and take care now. Bye bye then.